If you guys are trying to take your training to the next level and you want to increase your speed, your power, your conditioning, then you got to check out Phil Daru's 8-week heavy hitter boxing program. I'm telling you guys right now, there's no joke.
Hi, my name is Veronica and you're watching Deontay's Boxing Nation. How did that one do?
That was very good. Let's do it, just maybe one or two more, okay? Deontay's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? So ever since Deontay Wilder reinforced his rematch clause by starting the whole process with mediations, Team Fury is now singing a whole new tune. We just heard Tyson Fury say about a week ago that Deontay Wilder will never get another shot. He blamed the expiration of the contract on Deontay Wilder. He claimed that Deontay Wilder kept pulling out of the fight, and Deontay Wilder, he wasn't responding while they were trying to negotiate. And then he said because of Deontay Wilder's allegations of Fury cheating in the ring, that sealed Wilder's fate when it comes to getting a third fight with Tyson Fury. But the funniest thing Tyson Fury said about Wilder is he could sue Wilder for defamation. He could sue him for $100 million if he was like everyone else. But he's not going to do that. This is what he said. So let me get this straight. You'll pay hundreds of thousands of dollars, maybe even more, to defend someone else suing you, but you wouldn't sue them when you believe that you could win $100 million? I don't think Tyson Fury understands, even if Tyson was bold enough to try to sue Wilder for defamation, you would still have to explain, why does your right glove look like that in the second fight? You would still have to explain, why does your left glove look like that in the first fight? So regardless if Tyson is doing the suing or he's defending himself in court, he's still going to have to explain the irregularities when it comes to his gloves. He would also have to break down and explain what in particular did Wilder say about you wasn't true. How can you prove it? What part of it was defamation? So in all reality, a defamation case would leave Tyson Fury looking just as vulnerable as he would be looking if once again Deontay Wilder was suing him and his whole team. So anyway, moving on. Now you already know that Tyson Fury, he said he's done with Wilder, he's moving on, and he's gonna fight December 5th or December 12th, and it was supposed to be against a German fighter named Ajit Kabayel. In fact, we kept hearing reports that Tyson Fury was very close to announcing the fight. And then only days after Deontay Wilder ordered mediations, Tyson Fury's fight was canceled. Now Bob Arum is saying that Tyson Fury's very next fight will be against Deontay Wilder or Anthony Joshua. Now Bob Arum says that Pulev is going to beat Anthony Joshua. And if Pulev beats Anthony Joshua, there's no reason for Tyson Fury not to fight Deontay Wilder. But then he says, if Anthony Joshua beats Pulev, then Tyson Fury is going to go straight into an Anthony Joshua fight. Let me quote what Bob Arum just said in a recent interview. First, he talks about the whole Tyson Fury fight being canceled with the German fighter. He's trying to say it's because of money. He's claiming that it has nothing to do with the fact that Deontay Wilder just ordered mediations to stop the fight. So Bob says, we were going to show money from the United States on a telecast on a Saturday afternoon, which isn't an ideal time because of the football games. And I guess, notice how he says, and I guess, guys. So he says, and I guess Frank Warren, what was he going to do? There's no gate, and it's just pay-per-view. With all the pay-per-views in the UK, Frank couldn't come up with a sizable guarantee because who knew? You can't pay a fighter when you don't have the revenue coming in. So I think Tyson realized that he wasn't going to get the money that he's used to getting, so he decided not to do the fight against Ajit. Then Arum, he says, I've given everyone the word, wait until the Pulev-Joshua fight. If Pulev wins, there's no Joshua because Eddie has a rematch clause with Pulev. Now, before I continue, let me just go over what Bob Arum just said for a second. You notice how throughout that interview, he keeps saying, well, I guess, And I think Frank Warren did this, and I think that's why Tyson Fury didn't take the fight. He knew he wasn't going to get the money. Guys, this fight for Tyson Fury was never about money. This was a stay busy fight. Tyson Fury talked about how important it was for him to stay in shape and not blow up in weight in between fights like he did in the past. If the cancellation of this fight was about money, we would have heard about the falling out long time ago. We would have never even reached articles saying that the fight will be announced soon. We would have never even got that far. Now Bob Arum is blaming it on the football games and all of this stuff, but just remember this though. All the reasons Bob Arum is saying that this fight got canceled are the same reasons why he said that Fury and Wilder cannot fight in December. Because of the football games, because there's not going to be a live gate, there's not going to be a lot of money to be made. And they said that months and months before December, right? So there's no way a fight is going to be only days away from being announced. And then all of a sudden they find out that they don't have the money. And once again, Tyson Fury didn't say this himself. Now it's possible now that he knows the script, he may come out and read it later on just to be on the same page, but that's not the same situation. So anyway, the point is, it's obvious and clear as day that once again, Deontay Wilder, he ordered mediations and he got exactly what he wanted, which is to stop Tyson Fury from fighting someone else other than himself. So Bob Arum, he spoke on the mediation and the arbitration process, and he believes that they will not rule in Deontay Wilder's favor. He says, we're confident of our interpretation of the contract because if December 12th comes out like I think with Pulev winning, there's no Joshua fight. And then the Wilder trilogy is the best fight available. Why go through litigations? Let's do the fight. That's my opinion. Okay, so right there, you notice Bob Arum, he's admitting it makes more sense for Tyson Fury to take the Wilder fight as opposed to going through litigations. And he even said earlier in this same interview, it makes no sense to spend all the legal fees that you're gonna spend fighting this case in court. Why don't you just fight him instead? So now even Bob is starting to put pressure on Tyson Fury to take the fight. So Bob Arum, he then says, but it may not be necessary. He said they have the right, the Wilder people, to go to arbitration. And I told everybody to hold off. Let's not run up legal fees and everything. But it might not be necessary to fight this in court. That's my point. Because if there's no Joshua, why wouldn't Fury want to do a third fight with Wilder? It's not complicated. That right there is putting a lot of pressure on Tyson Fury to take this Deontay Wilder fight. Now, but check this part out. This was one of the most concerning things that Bob Arum said in this interview. He said the contract is clear, but do they have the right to bring it to arbitration? Yes, but the judge in arbitration is known to everyone in boxing. He's an honest and upright guy, and we're very confident of the results. When Bob Arum says the judge in arbitration is known to everyone in boxing, he really means he knows the judge very well. So for Deontay Wilder's sake, hopefully this is a fair arbitration. So you notice at one point, Bob, he says there's no reason to rack up all these legal fees. Why doesn't he just fight Tyson Fury? And then the next minute he says, don't worry guys, the judge will rule in our favor. I tell you guys all the time, one of the most dangerous weapons in the world is what? A microphone and a camera. And every single thing that Bob Arum has said on a microphone leading up to the arbitration process, it benefits Deontay Wilder's case. Because Bob Arum has never blamed the fight being pushed back on Deontay Wilder. When the fight was supposed to happen, back in July, the fight couldn't take place. It got pushed back because of the pandemic. When the fight was supposed to happen sometime in December, Bob Arum, he came out and said, we can't make the fight because there's too many football games and we won't have spectators. We're gonna lose a lot of money. He never blamed it on Deontay Wilder, neither did Frank Warren. Frank Warren said the exact same thing that Bob Arum said, word for word, why this fight didn't take place. The only person that tried to blame this on Deontay Wilder was Tyson Fury. So guys, if this is a fair court ruling, Team Fury, they don't have that much of a chance of winning this case, because his whole team is corroborating Deontay Wilder's accounts. But this is boxing, and boxing is the wild, wild west of sports. So we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one. And guys, for everyone that was having a problem going to the website to learn how to do stocks and trades with me, you have to make sure you include the HTTPS to the link address. The link will be in the description box. So I want to give a big shout out and a big thanks to everyone that signed up. Thanks for watching.
What's going on, guys? You know, I've always wanted to find a second source of income. And I've always wanted to learn about stocks and trades because I've heard so much good stuff about it. So I finally found a way to do it. And now I'm learning from 6, 7, 8-figure traders. So not only am I learning from them, but the most important thing is I get to copy their trade, so I get to earn while I learn. Now, if you want the full details, click on the link below so you can learn while you copy and paste their trades. And just understand this, guys, just by watching the video, you're doing a great job of supporting my channel, and I appreciate it. And the craziest thing about doing this trading is you can do it anywhere. All you need is an internet connection, and you can do it just with your phone. So if you want to learn how to make a second income alongside me without having to pitch, sell, or recruit, go ahead and click on the link below, and I'll see you inside.
Fellas, I've got some great news for you. If you've lost your hair or have a receding hairline, the time has come when you can finally get your hairline back through a process called scalp micropigmentation. So here's how it works. It's a hair tattoo that replicates the look of your hair follicles when you have fully shaved it down. So if you want to get this hook up for my brothers out there in the UK and Europe, make sure you check out the Scalp This on Instagram. And for my brothers out there in the States, make sure you go ahead and contact my man Scalp Carolinas on Instagram.